If fiddle is playing the violin wrong, I don't want to be right. If banh mi is baking a baguette wrong, I don't want to be right. If singing in patois is wrong, I don't want to be right. The standard is still good. Having a known good lets us have nice things and build traditions. But when the canon becomes orthodox, we start to lose flexibility and exploration. It gets harder for new things to come into being and be enjoyed. There's a saying that the cracks in something is where the light gets in. There's a beading art form I was taught, which includes designing a flaw into the pattern for a lot of reasons. Imperfection can be a virtue. What I don't see celebrated as much is an idea that a difference from tradition or expectation is not a problem, that doing things differently is not wrong, or, to say it differently, being wrong is good. I feel like I'm talking in circles and not saying the concept clearly, but since today is about getting things wrong, I'm going to accept that. Being wrong, I feel, is vital to the creative process. Being wrong is often required because it is impossible to be correct and still move forward. Is the Chinese American food in my area anywhere near actual Chinese food? No, not really. My regional Chinese American food is the result of mostly Southern Chinese travelers interacting with very Sicilian influenced vegetable options. There are reasons I get to have broccoli beef. There are reasons I get to have lemon chicken. Another local thing is the way all the water features were drained because of our droughts. Skateboarding is the wrong way to use a pool, but the right way to use an empty and dry pool. Now we have huge game franchises based on the punks who hopped fences to play in backyards. And now we have a joke that everyone knows Tony Hawk's name, but no one knows his face. Or breakdancing was a reviled street art form, which was valuable for resolving issues, showing identity, fostering community, and amazing for showing off. That dance form started because it was needed. It did something nothing else did. It was the right, wrong choice. Nothing traditional at that time did what breakdancing does. Now breakdancing is an Olympic sport. But it didn't start with any kind of mainstream acceptance. And need doesn't have to be from constraints that keep you from making things standard. It doesn't have to be from it being impossible. The need to be wrong can be from having a passion that cannot be made manifest with the current options. I think one of the simpler ways to see an example of a passion made manifest with somebody who had resources, such as a rich person or a government, is when somebody who has resources, like a rich person or a government, invests their time, attention, and materials, etc., in making it happen. Flying was the wrong way to move from point A to point B quickly, easily, and with any kind of cargo. The best of the 4 flights on the day the Wright brothers succeeded at powered flight was a little short of 900 feet in about a minute. And no, there was no cargo on that flight. In 1903, when that flight happened, I'm pretty sure steam was king. But the Wright brothers didn't want to make railroads better. They wanted to fly. And now we move mountains every day by air and can break the sound barrier. A passion project doesn't have to be somebody rich or get investment from someone rich. I'm aware of an inventor with a potentially world-changing idea. We won't see him on something like a Shark Tank getting A-level funding. Conventional wisdom could say he's going about getting his tech out into the world the wrong way. He's being less of a business person and more of a creative visionary inventor. Bad capitalist, great inventor. Does that mean I'll have to wait longer for solar-powered plastic waste to fuel conversion to be a thing? Yeah, yes. But I wasn't going to have that anyhow without him. So I'm happy for him to do it the quote-unquote wrong way. Being wrong, especially when you're making do or breaking new ground, is a great way to experiment to find a lot of different ways to do things instead of the one set standard way. There's a chef I follow who's moving towards being a street food vendor. Is he immediately going for the permits, the branding, the set menu, the staff? No. He's doing it wrong. He's doing small stock pop-ups. Each time he serves his food, which he streams, we get to see differences. He changes his grill setup. He changes his ordering system. He shuffles who in his small team does what, such as having a dedicated bread toasting person now. He isn't opening a place the usual way. Each day helps make the previous day be different by trying things that work for the specific situation. He doesn't need an integrated ticketing system that sends orders to the back. He isn't there yet. His current order tagging system is technically the wrong process, but it lets him move forward. I'm not saying he'll become the Boeing jets of the street food world, but he is selling out around an hour after opening while doing it wrong. What I'm trying to say is, if you have a need but don't have the resources, do it wrong. If you had all the choices in the world but none of them satisfy you, do it wrong. If you just want to because, do it wrong. Thank you for joining me today. If you liked this, please consider subscribing. Have a great week, and I'll see you next Sunday.